So tonight's lesson is lesson 74, which is units of length. So here, go ahead and copy down this chart that I have for you. It's the U.S. customary system and the metric system. Now the difference is the metric system is on a base of 10. So those numbers really are easier to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so you can copy these down and see them a little bit better. Okay, so we have first the U.S. customary system, where 12 inches equals 1 foot, 3 feet equal 1 yard, 5,280 feet equal 1 mile, and 1,760 yards equal 1 mile. In the metric system, 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter, 1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter, 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, and 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. And then down at the bottom it says a meter is about 3 inches longer than a yard. So those two units of measure are actually very comparable. And so a meter stick is usually only about 3 inches longer than a yardstick. Alright, I'll go ahead and zoom out for you as we do the first example. Okay. A basketball player is 197 centimeters tall. About how many meters tall is the player? So go ahead, look back at your chart and kind of see the ratio or the difference between centimeters and meters. And if we know how many centimeters he is, about, so not exactly, but about how many meters tall would the player be? Okay, and if we look at our chart, we can see that 100 centimeters, right here, 100 centimeters equals a meter, and we have 197 centimeters. So, it's pretty close. That is pretty close to 200. So we're going to round up to 200 centimeters. So if 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, then 200 centimeters is going to equal 2 meters. So, if you were to kind of read this problem again, a basketball player is 197 centimeters tall. How many meters tall is the player? Well, if he's 200 centimeters, he is 2 meters tall. Alright, on to the next one. 2 yards is the same length as how many inches? Now, in this problem, we're going to have to convert twice. So, go ahead and look at your chart. And I always remember that in 1 yard I have 3 feet. So I'm just going to draw something like this. I'm going to put 1 yard. Okay. And in that same distance across, I have 1 foot, 2 foot, and 3 foot. So I'm going to put 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. See that. Alright, how many inches? I'm going to inches now. How many inches are in 1 foot? And this is something that we can all answer pretty easily. 12 inches. So from here to here, 12 inches. Same thing, 12 inches. And 12 inches. Now, obviously, when you're doing a problem like this, you don't have to write it like this, but sometimes it's easier to see that 1 yard really is equal to 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, then 12 inches is equal to that 1 foot. 12 inches is equal to that 1 foot, 12 inches and that 1 foot. So if we add all that up, 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, which is equal to 12 plus 12 plus 12, which equals 36 inches. Now, before you circle that as your answer, we're not done, because the problem says 2 yards. So if 1 yard equals 36 inches, we have to multiply that. 36 times 2, because we're dealing with 2 yards. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. So 72 inches would be your answer. Right there. 72 inches is the same amount, or the same length, as 2 yards. Alright, go ahead and do the next one. This one says, a marathon is 26 miles, 385 yards. Leon wants to run it in under 3 hours. To do so, Leon needs to run about how many miles each hour? So go ahead, kind of look at your chart, and I know it's not exactly, but find a compatible number. So basically we need to divide the miles by the 3 hours. So what would be a compatible number to work with? If we're talking about 26 miles, 385 yards, that is kind of, we're going to round it up to 27 miles because it's going to work well with 3. 3 goes into 27 easily. So we're going to have compatible numbers for that. So I'm going to we're going to round this 26 miles, 385 yards up to 27 miles. And we are going to divide it by 3 hours. When we do that, this becomes a very easy division problem, and we would get 9. So, he needs to run 9 miles every hour, in 1 hour, because 9 the first hour, 9 the second hour, 9 the third hour would give you 27 miles that he would run. Alright, and here's your lesson practice. And it says, how many yards are in 1/4 of a mile? 50 millimeters is how many centimeters? And Dana is 5 feet 1 inch. How many inches tall is she?